Okay, fine. So last time that we complete about market, then meaning of market, characteristics of market, and types of market. Out of that particular topic, in types of market, first topic is market based on particular location. Number two, market based on goods, that is national, international, that wholesaler and retailer. And now, very important point of this chapter, that is third topic of types of market, that is market based on competition. So here various types of market is there on the basis of competition. So they are divided into two parts. Number one, that is perfect competition. Second part, that is imperfect competition. In perfect competition, only one type is there, that is perfect competition. But in imperfect competition, three different types is there. Number one, monopoly. Second one, monopolistic. Okay. And third one, that is oligopoly. So here now we discuss one by one all the topics. Okay. So all the particular topic that we have to study over here. First of all, perfect competition, then imperfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. So let us start with first topic, and first topic, that is market based on competition. First of all, some introductory part is that. Let's see. Normally, market based on competition is classified on the basis of number of sellers and buyers. So here on the basis of numbers of buyers and sellers, numbers of purchasers and sellers, that they are decided. Next one, of which the market of sellers is more important. As we know, seller is most important. Now the types are perfect competition, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. There are two major class. Number one, that is perfect competition, and number two, that is imperfect competition. So now we have to discuss one by one all the things. And today we are going to discuss about first type, that is perfect competition. In that particular things, what we have to discuss? First of all, we have to discuss what is perfect competition, meaning and definition of perfect competition, and then after characteristics of perfect competition. So let's see one by one all the points. 5. Perfect competition. Perfect competition market is an ideal market. That is, it is only possible theoretically, not in practically, except the agriculture sector. So except the agriculture sector, perfect competition is not possible at anywhere. Next one, this is market is really observed because the terms of establishing perfect competition are no meet that easily. Okay, so easily we cannot find out the perfect competition in the market. Okay. Next one, in economics, the study of perfect competition is very important as this helps in understanding the characteristics and behavior of another market based on monopoly, monopolistic competition, as well as oligopoly. So whenever we have to study the different types of market, whether it is monopoly, monopolistic, or oligopoly, first of all we have to understand what do you mean by perfect competition. Okay, so let's see definition. Number one, according to Ms. Robinson, perfect competition exists where the demand of the product of the producer is totally depend on its price. Demand of goods, it's totally depend on price. It means that demand of goods by consumer, by customer, is totally depend on price. If price changes, demand also changes. This is the first definition. Second one, according to Professor Lefwich, perfect competition is a market system where there are many firms that sell identical products which no firm large enough that can influence in the market price. It means that no one firm is there, those who are increasing the price of product on the basis of their handling, on the basis of their self. And that's why we can say that perfect competition, it means that the numbers of sellers and numbers of buyers. Okay, this is the main characteristics of perfect competition. That is the numbers of sellers as well as numbers of buyers. So this is two definitions given by two different authors. Now we will discuss characteristics of perfect competition. So here various types of characteristics is there. Now it's time to discuss one by one all the characteristics of perfect competition. Okay. So let us start characteristics. So here characteristics of perfect competition. What is the first characteristics? Numerous sellers and buyers. Okay, so here numerous sellers and buyers. Okay, so as we know, in perfect competition, the number of sellers and numbers of buyers is there. Let's see. This market is large number of buyers and sellers. Of those numerous sellers, a single seller is very small part of market, due to which he cannot control the monopolize and the wholesale market. Neither can be influenced in the market price, and that is in the wheat form. The increase or decrease in production of a single farm will not affect the total production of wheat. So here in this particular thing we can say that the numbers of sellers and numbers of buyers is there. Only one person is a part of total. So according to that one person, he cannot change everything because it's not a monopoly. It's a monopolistic. Okay, it's a perfect competition. Next one. Thus, being a very small part of market, the seller cannot influence the market price because he is not only person. Those who are doing these things. Okay, many sellers are there, those who are selling the goods in the market. Okay, so definitely this is the first characteristics. Numbers of sellers and numbers of buyers is there. Similarly, the buyers are numerous, so that also cannot influence the market price. Numbers of sellers is there, so sellers cannot influence the market price. Same as numbers of buyers is there, so buyer cannot influence the price. Next. Therefore, here the market price depends on the factors like demand and supply. So as we know, the market price is divided into two parts, two things. Number one, demand, and second one, that is supply. So this is the first characteristics. Now, second characteristics, that is identical products. So here identical products. Okay. So whatever particular perfect competition is there, identical form is there, identical products is there. Let's see. Identical products means a products having similar features, form, shape, color, taste, weight, quality, etc. Same kind of features is there. The products being similar in major aspects are referred to an identical or similar products. Therefore, they can be taken as a substitutes of each other. Okay, so here identical products is there. It is a substitute of others because same kind of shape, color and effect is there. So definitely in perfect competition that you can see the different kind of people are there, the different kind of sellers are there, those who are selling their products in a market. Okay. Next one. In the market, the products being identical, the producers or sellers cannot different price on the identical products, as the buyer is not ready to pay different price for the products having similar characteristics of quality. Okay, so here the same quality is there, same characteristics there. So here buyers is not ready to pay more money to that particular people. So this is the second topic, that is identical products. Now number 3, and that is third, is free entry and exit from. Free entry and exit from firm. So here in perfect competition, the one important characteristics is that it is free from the market. Anybody can enter in the market and anybody can left from the market. So here we can see it's a free from entry as well as exit from the market. So let's see. Here there is no restriction in the entry and exit of the firm. When the firm are gaining abnormal profit. Abnormal profit, which is not normal profit. Immediately you can gain more. Never firms are free to enter in the market, and similarly, when the firm are suffering from the abnormal loss, that it can be exit from the group. The free entry and exit of the firm is seen for a temporary time period. For a very short time, in the firm enters in the market, being attracted by the profit and exit firm, the market suffering losses. But for the longer time period, if the market in the situation of abnormal profit, there is less movement of firm. So here, according to the situation of profit and loss, that each and every country has equal opportunity to enter as well as exit from the firm. Anybody can enter in particular competition, perfect competition, and any firm can left from the group in their own ways. Okay. Next one, because when the industry reaches at the abnormal profit, there is no attraction to gain higher profit, and if in case of normal profit, the firm doesn't exit from the market and they are not suffering of any losses. So simple funda is that if any person, if any firm, those who are in a profit or normal profit, definitely it continues his business. But for any reason, if the person is there, the firm is there, if he is suffering from loss, then definitely they have to pay more for that. Okay. So definitely this is the third point. 3 points that we have to discuss. Number 1, numerous sellers and buyers. Number 2, identical products is there. And number 3, free entry and exit from market. Okay. Next, number 4, perfect knowledge of the market. Okay. So here, fourth is there, perfect knowledge from market. See, as we discussed, the first characteristics, that in perfect competition, the numbers of sellers and buyers is there. It means that huge competition between them. Okay. So if we have to sustain in that particular firm, what we have to do? We have to gain the perfect knowledge of the market, perfect knowledge of the product. Okay. Let's see. The producers, buyers, sellers have a complete knowledge of the market, including product availability and product price. So according to the perfect competitions, okay, each and every persons or firms have need to be a perfect knowledge about the market, about the product, about the price. Next one. The producers or sellers are in knowledge of the price at which the others producers or sellers are selling the products. So they also are aware about the quality of the identical or substitute product. Thus, in this market, a seller cannot change different price for ideal products. So seller cannot change the price. Yes, on the basis of quality they can change, because as we see in market that same products are there, but different types of products have different types of price, because on the basis of that quality. Some products are there, those who are give a high quality, their charges high. Okay, and similarly some products are there, low prices, so low quality is there. Okay, and last one, that the buyers also know the price of the product and quantity, so that seller cannot demand different price for them, because as we know in modern times, buyers all are clever. Okay, that they are know particular things, particular price and quality and abstracts which is included in the particular goods from the net and online market also. Next one, thus in the perfect competitions, buyers, sellers and the producers are aware of the products and the quality of the products, due to which the market has perfectly elastic demand. So as we know in perfect elastic demand, it means that price and demand, it is intersect each other. As we discussed in 4th chapter, remember that thing, price and demand at cross one time. Okay, that is called price determination, and that is important in this particular market. Okay, so this is the 4th point, perfect knowledge from the market. Next, number 5. So 5th characteristics is that mobility factors of production. mobility of factor of production. So here we can see mobility means transfer from one place to another place. In perfect competition it is possible that you can transfer factor of production from one place to another place. Let's see. The four factors production, namely land, labor, capital and entropy, which we studied in chapter number 2, are dynamic and mobile in physics, physical, professional and usage point of view. In perfect competition, the price is same for the identical products. Similarly, the price or compensation of the factors remain same. To refrain from the shifting of compensation from low to high due to dynamic and mobile nature of the production equipment and firms are uniformly compensated. Okay, so on the basis of mobility of factor of production, that is land, labor, capital and entrepreneurs, and on the basis of that mobility, on the basis of that changing form, that each and every persons are there, those who are decide their views. Okay, those who are decide the price of goods and at which particular position that they are ready to sell that particular products. So this is again the important characteristics of perfect competition. And last factors, that is number 6, and that is no transportation expense. So here no transportation expense. Okay, let's see. There are numerous buyers and sellers in perfect competition. The expense of transportation are nominal as compared to total expense, so are not counted. Thus, considering the transportation expense is to be zero makes this an important characteristics of the perfect competition. So in the perfect competition, as we know, the transportation cost is very less because numbers of sellers and numbers of buyers is there. So no need to go outside to sell the products. Transportation cost is there, but it is very normal. In comparison of total cost, transportation cost is very normal. So it is not included in this particular thing, or not gives a more important in the perfect competition. Okay. So what we learned in today's video, today's lecture, number 1, market based on competition. First of all, perfect competition characteristics. Number 1, numerous sellers and buyers. Number 2, that is identical products. Number 3, free entry and exit from the firm. Number 4, perfect knowledge from the market. Number 5, mobility of perfect factor of production. And number 6, that is no transportation expense. Okay, so this is the thing that we have to understand and discuss in chapter number 6. From next particular thing, we will discuss monopoly. Okay.